Shields up, Ironbreakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video. Welcome back to Monster Hunter World Iceborne, and today there's a lot of stuff to talk about as Capcom has released their third developer diary. Now, I did live stream my initial reactions to this developer diary over on Twitch, so if you guys are curious about what my reactions were to some of the announcements, you can check out the VOD on my Twitch channel. Now, in here, I will be trying to summarize everything that was discussed in that video to the best of my ability. Naturally, this is likely to be a long video because I like to get in depth with a lot of the details. I should also inform you guys, if you've been kept spoiler-free up until now, there will be stuff in this video that I consider somewhat spoilerish, particularly the names of certain monsters as well as certain endgame mechanics, which was actually the first time that they've officially discussed some of the endgame mechanics of Iceborne. So be warned if you haven't finished the game yet, if you want to go in completely fresh, there is going to be some stuff in this video that I personally would consider spoilerish. As usual, I appreciate you checking out the video. If you usually enjoy my stuff, hit the like button, subscribe, all of that usual stuff, but this is your first and only spoiler warning. Now we're going to get into the content. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the very first thing they talked about is Rajang, as is to be expected. He's going to be coming into the game as a special assignment, very much in the same way as Devil Joe, which was originally introduced in Monster Hunter World as a special assignment, so it's going to be a special quest that you will be doing, and during that particular special assignment, we are going to be getting the new Guiding Lands region, which is going to be the volcanic region. Now, that is going to open up a lot of stuff, not just a region, so naturally, you're going to get a bunch of new monsters that we haven't seen in the Guiding Lands before. There's going to be new materials, which we will talk about a little bit further up, as well as just a bunch of new stuff that is going to be added into the game. Another thing that they showed in the video is his armor, and that kind of, oh man, I wish they hadn't showed the armor, but here's the thing, I skipped over it. I skipped over the armor bit of the video purposefully so that we could do our traditional armor review and weapon review when we actually see it in the game for the very first time, because for those of you that are not aware, I'm going to be live streaming all of this new content tonight at 1 a.m. BST, which is British Standard Time. Just look it up on Google, figure out what time that is. You should be seeing an event in the channel as soon as I possibly can, right after I record this video. So if you guys want to see me play through that stuff fresh for the very first time, that is happening tonight, so hopefully I will see you guys there. Before that, however, I'll also be live streaming on Twitch because I'm going to be doing the rest of the sewers. I'm going to be finishing that up on Twitch because I also want to give this video time to flourish on YouTube, right? Anyway, they showed his armor. They mentioned that the Rajang armor is going to have offensive skills that reflect his furious nature, and it is going to synergize with Rajang's weapons, which they mentioned they are going to be very distinct. Now, I'm not sure what that means, if they're going to have like maybe set bonuses, or if maybe his set bonuses synergize with the weapons. We don't know exactly what is happening there, but they do say that the armor is going to have good synergy with his weapons and that his weapons are going to be distinct. Again, Rajang is not really something that I've done much of in previous games. I played a little bit of him in GU, he beat my face, and he's probably going to be doing it in Iceborne as well, but that is what we got. If you want to see details of the armor itself, you'll have to go to their video, because I'm not going to be showing that stuff on here, because again, I want to do the video, the armor and weapon review that I always do whenever we beat a monster, because that's kind of like an established thing in the channel at this point, am I right? So anyway, another thing that they've said is that with the new region of the Guiding Lands, they are going to improve upon weapon augmentation and custom upgrades, which is going to be receiving a couple of new features. Now, one thing that I identified in the video itself is that you're going to get, at the very least, one new expanded slot. So for those of you that don't know, whenever you get pretty much any weapon, whenever you reach the end of the tree, you're able to augment it, and you're able to add additional augmentation slots, which are going to vary depending on the rarity of the weapon. So, you know, the rarer weapon is, the less slots it gets. The lower the rarity is, the more slots it gets to compensate for the fact that it's going to be missing certain things. And you're going to be having at least one new level of expanded slots. And you're also going to be getting new custom upgrades with some of the materials that we will get from the Guiding Lands. I don't know specific details on what those custom upgrades are going to be. I just know that they are going to be there. Now, coming back to the topic of the Guiding Lands, I actually thought that it was interesting that during this video, they actually apologized for the current state of the Guiding Lands, which is like, yeah, I don't think the Guiding Lands are like ideal. but I don't think they're worthy of an apology either. Like, I think it's fine. Like, it could be better. There's a couple of improvements that could be made, and they said that they are working on improving the Guiding Lands experience, but again, I was just really surprised that they felt the need to apologize. But anyways, some of the things that they've announced that are going to be coming with this particular patch are the Guiding Lands are going to be significantly easier to level up, at least from what is said in the patch notes, which basically means that from levels 1 to 2, it's going to remain unchanged, but like from levels 3 and to 6, it's going to level as fast as it usually leveled between levels 1 and 2, so it should be significantly faster. And then from 6 to 7 is going to level as fast as level 3. So it basically what that means is it should be a lot easier for you to level up the Guiding Lands that you are interested in. On top of that, the special tracks are going to be easier to obtain. Now, if you guys are like, what the hell are the special tracks? It's those little investigation things that you get whenever you are in the Guiding Lands. Where like, oh, you are tracking a fanged wyvern, or you are tracking a flying wyvern. And it shows up with the little yellow arrows going upwards. Those are going to be easier to get. And basically, they're going to actually be guaranteed whenever you capture or carve a monster, you're going to be getting those things. And the cool thing about it, for those of you that don't understand how the Guiding Lands actually work, is that it means that you'll be able to get more monsters that you can lure out. And that is going to allow you to really get the monsters that you need in order to be able to level up your Guiding Lands better. So for instance, if you're trying to level up the Wildspire Wastes, one of the best monsters to get is going to be Baroth. So if you're able to get more Baroth special tracks, you'll be able to summon up a Baroth into the Wildspire Wastes and level that faster. Same thing for the Rotten Vale portion of the Guiding Lands. For instance, you probably will want to get like a Rodabon, because you can break a lot of parts off a Rodabon. It can come as tempered, and basically it's going to give you a lot more points. Usually exclusive monsters tend to give you more points, in case you guys are wondering why I'm picking those particular monsters. But yeah, basically stuff should be easier to level. You're going to be getting more special tracks, which means you can pick which monsters come out, which again is going to increase how easy it is for you to level it. So it just like, it's a cascading effect with the Guiding Lands. And then on top of it, they're going to allow you to fix the region levels in your Guiding Lands. What does this mean? Lock them. So basically, say for instance, okay, I want to have these 2 regions at level 7, but then a friend of yours asks you for help. Well, if you go into their Guiding Lands and you go fight on some other different region of the Guiding Lands, you might end up lowering the 2 regions that you want to maintain at level 7. No more. After they add this patch, you're going to be able to just say, no, lock my Guiding Lands, and then you can go fight on anyone's Guiding Lands that you want, and it is not going to have an effect on your Guiding Lands, which is very good. It's very close to a solution that I proposed. It's not really quite there yet. I would really like to see the solution that I proposed, which was basically just let me like have arrows that just say, okay, this Guiding Land is going to level up, this Guiding Land is going to level down, this Guiding Land is going to be fixed on a per region basis. That would be way better. But still, just being able to lock it in is very, very nice, and it is a huge improvement. And I think it's going to make it a lot easier, which means that basically me leveling up the sewers this afternoon is going to be a lot harder than it would have been if I was to level up the sewers tomorrow. But, you know, it is what it is. I still want to do it. I still want to have fun with it. So whatever. Now, another thing that they announced is that there is going to be new layered armor. And I know that probably a lot of people will watch the video and they'll be like, oh my God, every single armor set now available as layered. That's not what they said. That's not what they said. Okay. They said some of the armor sets from Monster Hunter World. So we're talking about low rank armor sets and high rank armor sets, and some of those will become available as layered armor, and you're going to need certain materials from the Guiding Lands in order to be able to craft those. So don't expect every single armor set, maybe, I don't know, but they only said some of them, which means we still won't get Master Rank. At least I don't think we're going to be getting Master Rank, which makes me sad because I want that Basil Goose Alpha so bad I can freaking taste it. But anyways, having new layered armor is going to be cool because it's going to let us really mix and match and play around with the different armor sets to basically do some fashion hunting, which everybody is going to love. And in time, they said they are planning to add even more layered armor into the game. And I know that everybody is going to bring up the fact that, oh, but PC mods and this and that and the other. It's like, let's just let the developers do what they do, and I don't think we necessarily need every single armor. Like, it would be cool, but I don't mind the way that they're doing it. Just introduce it at a certain pace, because this way it's almost like you have seasonal fashion sets. Like you have the one from October where here's the new fashion that we've introduced, and then in December you might get different sets and people start mixing and matching, like here's the December fashion, you know? Or maybe a lot of people just don't care about what I just said. Anyway, they also talked about a couple of new monsters that they're going to be introducing. I mean, not really new monsters, but tempered versions of a certain pair that's in the game. And I'm just wondering who the hell asked for the tempered version of these two monsters? Like, it surely wasn't me. Like, I didn't ask for their tempered version. I don't know who did. I don't know which one of you guys out there did. If you did, type it out in the comment section like, no, I want these in tempered. Well, go right ahead. You have fun with that, okay? I hope you enjoy yourself. No, I'm joking. Naturally, we're talking about tempered gold Rathian and tempered silver Rathalos. They're going to be adding those in, and you're most likely going to have to level the relevant Guiding Lands region. That means Coral level 7 for Silver Rathalos and Wild Spire level 7 for Gold Rathian, which means that right after I level up my sewers to level 7, I'm going to have to get working on this, and I'm going to have to work on the Volcanic region. But as you can see, there's definitely a lot of stuff to grind for in the end game. Jesus Christ. Now, they also talked extensively about new room features. As a matter of fact, apparently Ryozu's room came right out of My Little Pony. It's so different from anything that I've seen before when it comes to the room design that I was just like, holy crap, they're really going all in on this particular feature. So some of the new features include you'll be able to invite other players into your room. We discussed previously that this was going to be a thing. The maximum number of players that we've seen in this particular video is 6, but I'm not sure if there is a limit. Maybe just everyone in the session can just be at your room at once. There really isn't any reason not to do it, because basically, I mean, considering that you can have 16 players in the Gathering Hub, which is a much bigger location than your own room, there's no reason why you can't have 16 players in your room. And basically, they said that anyone in this session can go into your room unless you set different private settings, which you can set your room to private if you don't want to share it with everyone in the session. That's just the way it works. You'll also be able to put music in your room, and you can choose which music you want. And like I said, there's a bunch of new cosmetic stuff for the room itself, and some of it will be paid DLC, which is to be expected. This is kind of like where they get some of their additional revenue in Monster Hunter World, some of the cosmetic, but there's also going to be some cosmetic stuff that you will be able to unlock in-game as well, which, in my opinion, is pretty cool. They give you a little bit of stuff that you can get in the game, and then they give you a bunch of other stuff that you can pay for if you want to. And again, it's your room. Like, I barely spent any time in my room. I went in there, customized it like at the very beginning, and then I probably never went there again unless people ask me, hey, Rurikhan, show us your room to see what it's like. And then I go in there and I show it, and it's like, whatever. I personally don't care that much about it. More interested about cosmetic stuff for my character than necessarily my room. So either way, it's going to be cool. They're also going to be adding that armor display. You'll be able to basically put anything in there that you have on your loadout. So that means I'm going to be crafting a Basil Goose Alpha set, which, despite being my favorite armor, I actually hadn't crafted it yet because I had no reason to, because I don't really want the skills on it. But I'm going to be crafting it so that I can then make a loadout set and display it in my room. I'm going to be planning out the stuff that I want for that as well. After all of this stuff, they talked about future content that is going to be coming into the game. One of the very first things that is addressed with that is naturally Horizon Zero Dawn content, which is going to be coming in November. You're going to be able to craft the Stormslinger prototype light bowgun, as well as a pendant. Naturally, we talked about other stuff that's coming in November, like the Resident Evil update and a bunch of the other stuff that I talked about in the other video. Then in December, they detailed what is coming for Horizon Zero Dawn, which is going to be the Adept Stormslinger light bowgun, which means you'll be able to upgrade the Stormslinger into the Adept version. You're also going to be getting the Shield Weaver full armor set. So this is a full body armor set that is going to transform your character into Aloy, very much in the same way that we've had like Ryu and Sakura and even Aloy herself in Monster Hunter World, but it's going to have different skills because it is the Shield Weaver, which is like the end game armor of Horizon Zero Dawn, at least the base version. I don't know, I never really finished Frozen Wilds, I'm sorry to admit. There's also going to be a new Palico armor set, which I'm not entirely sure if those are the two items that are listed in the video. In the video, they list like the Frost Claw and the Forge Fire Alpha Plus. I think those might be the Palico items, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, here's what the Palico looks like. Looks pretty cool. And yeah, there's also going to be 3 new pendants that you will be getting all of this stuff coming in December for the Horizon Zero Dawn thing. Again, remember, Horizon Zero Dawn is exclusive to PlayStation 4. Sorry to everybody else. There's also going to be a full new armor set, which is not a full body armor set. So this is an actual armor set like the Dante set that you can actually select different pieces that you want, put them on your character. It is going to be the Banuk armor set. Now, I don't predict this set being super meta because it would be pretty unfair for all the other platforms if like Banuk armor set was like the best armor set possible. So I only predict this, you know, it's going to have maybe a couple of useful skills or whatever, but it can't be that meta. At least I wouldn't think so, but we'll see when the gear actually comes out. You'll also be able to, there's going to be a quest that's going to be coming out that will also allow you to upgrade the alloy gear to master rank. This is the same quest that allows you to craft this Banuk armor set, and you'll be able to upgrade like your Aloy bow, you'll be able to upgrade your Palico Watcher set and the Palico Grinder thing, which is pretty cool that you're able to actually get that gear up to snuff into master rank. And then finally, they talked about the new seasonal event, which is going to feature new decorations on both gathering hubs, so both Astera as well as Celiana, which is pretty cool. And naturally, there's also going to be a new monster coming in during December, which I've initially predicted that maybe it was going to be Xeno'jiiva, but to be quite frank, I really don't know what monster it's going to be, but we shall see. Anyway, that's pretty much everything that was talked about in that video, as well as a couple of things that were mentioned in the patch notes for the patch that is going to be coming later tonight. Hopefully you guys are excited. I know that I am pretty excited about all of this new stuff that is coming. Pretty excited about facing Rajang. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the live stream later tonight. And remember, we're also going to be going live on Twitch probably soon after this video goes live, and we're going to be grinding down these sewers. So hopefully I'll see you guys there too. Thank you all very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, hit it up with a like. It is particularly important for me if you hit the like on this video, because usually whenever I report on the dev diaries, there's like some automated system on YouTube that automatically claims my videos, because probably Capcom has their stuff set to automatic. Like, Capcom will usually clear it up after I dispute it, but you know, still during that phase, the video doesn't get promoted as much on the YouTube algorithm. So hitting the like button, commenting, subscribing, doing all that stuff really helps out. Or even if you didn't like it, hit the dislike button, because feedback is always important. But either way, leave me your comments and all that stuff in the comment section down below. Thank you all very much for watching. Stay strong, and may your shields never break.